So we're back.
So we're back. We did a first video on what my goals are for the farm, and what the series is I'm a young beginning farmer, or pretending to be a young beginning farmer after doing this for a decade. This guy's been doing it for 4 decades.
Troy Bishop, Madison County Soil and Water, your local friendly conservation professional.
Yes.
16 years in.
16 years in.
Yeah.
Just with that, he's got a long storied past.
So young lad is working through the door. He knocked on the door, and he came in, and he said, I said, well, what are your goals? He gave it to us.
Right.
Now he's coming over to my desk, because we're virtual now.
Yeah, so you can do a screen share and a Zoom, you know, if you can't be in person.
Or I could do it from the phone. You could call in, and I'm going to do the same thing as if you were in person. So, John, what am I looking at?
Well, let's start this video, and I will show you all about my farm.
Okay.
Tools that you use.
Google Earth.
Google Earth.
That's what I use.
This is where we live. Our little blue dot in the universe. It's a free tool. We don't need to explain Google Earth because you guys get it. We're going to go to Kent Falls Brewing Company, Connecticut's first farm brewery, using 100% local grain in every beer.
Just nice.
And we happen to have a beautiful property that I love, and I've spent a lot of time here, and it's crazy and wet and amazing. And so I have my specialist buddy here, and pretending that you've never seen this property, you've never been here before.
Correct.
This is one of those things that I got so used to looking at my property lines, and specifically our property, that if you show the whole screen, Troy doesn't know where my property is. So I can't give him an address and say, I'm at this address. Can you tell me all about my property? It pays to meet up in person and show some more details.
Yeah.
So just to start, we have the pond across the street. This is our road, Camps Road. Mm-hmm. The brewery's right here. And then this line, we got a cul-de-sac to the west of us. That's not our property. This is our western property line, that hedgerow. And then on the east, that line is our eastern property line. So these fields look like they're part of my property, but they're not. They might be a potential resource, you know, depending on the area politics and meeting the other people who hay it and own it. Yeah. But this, from the tip of the pond to the back of our backwoods, which ends about here, is a half a mile. So we're a big 52-acre rectangle. Yep. So if I came into your office and said, I know what my property line is, what do you see, Troy?
I see water, and lots of it.
We got a lot of water.
So I'm immediately saying, so how does that water affect the farm, your goals?
Yeah.
I also see these buildings. Are they part of your operation? This building, that building, this roof, that solar. I also see a hop yard. I see some places where you mowed.
Yeah.
I see some places that you haven't mowed. I see a greenhouse that got blown to pieces.
Yeah, blown to pieces. We're working on that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see some other areas like this doesn't look like it's being used much.
Correct.
And then we have the resource in the back of these woods. You know, do you do anything with the woods? Then I see this whole, I guess I'll call it a sort of a buffer area because there's trees. It doesn't appear that you're actively grazing in there.
Correct.
So again, I just have these questions of, okay, what? Tell me about this. Tell me a story. Tell me what you do here, so I can get a sense of this property, and then I'm going to take the steps of doing a watershed assessment. Like, where does this water eventually go? Does it go this way and this way?
Yeah.
Where does this water? Because water and soil, meet.
Yeah.
The best part about this farm, generally, when I look at this map, is it's covered with grass.
Okay. I was going to ask you what do you mean.
I'm not looking to throw you under the bus. Boom, 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 right. I'm looking at what you have, and I'm looking at some hot spots.
Okay.
Like what are some things you want to address? Well, generally, you want to address what kind of grazing land I can use for these chicken tractors.
Yeah.
Is this too wet? Is this too dry? You haven't even used it. I can see where you have used it, and the soil health is better because you
can
have to
clearly
see the
chicken
fertility
tractors.
marks,
Yeah.
right? And so if you have a imbalance somewhere, maybe the best use of those chicken tractors is to put the animals over there,
Right.
like where you haven't.
Poop and treat the soil. And
right, and then you have so again, you're basically doing some inventory from space.
Yeah.
And we're getting familiar with each other.
Okay.
So I've heard your goals. We're getting familiar with your property from space.
Yeah.
There's some things I can look at from my experience, and we can start to have conversations honing in on what else can we see and where are we going to go from here.
Gotcha.
So it's just a snapshot, but it does give us something to talk about, because right now we're in a relationship business. You don't know me, I don't know you. We're trying to build a little bit of trust, right? I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
And I want to help try to figure out some land uses that fit your goals that we talked about already.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. This is the step.
So you've done a great job, and just the disclaimer for YouTube is that we condense this to fit it in a short video. You're going to meet with a grazing specialist, a land management specialist, a water
conservation specialist, conservation professional, somebody that works in the main soil and water districts, NRCS, FSA.
Yeah.
Could be a nonprofit, but they're going to help you make land management decisions if you need some help. We're here to help.
It'll be a longer conversation. You'll go into more detail.
Correct.
And you'll get that rapport working with humans of what kind of questions they ask, what kind of answers that you give, what questions do you have in return. And what I'm looking to develop with Troy is a longer term relationship where it's not, hey, can I have money for fence? And then, okay, I got to check. See you later. If you want a longer play of some kind of resource, just knowledge-based resource of, wouldn't it be nice to have somebody double check your work? It takes some investment of conversation, sharing what you know about your land, because everybody's situation is going to be very different. You might have smaller property, you might have more property, you're going to have different goals. What do you want to achieve with that land? And they're going to help you define your resource base so that you're able to better target what you need to focus on and allocate resources to, so that at the end of the day, you're happy with the decisions that you've made.
And we're one part of a team, potentially, that helps you with some decisions. That's it.
Awesome.
We're helping vet some decisions.
So if we started with the 10,000 foot view from space, we're looking at a high level of farm, where do we go from here? We set up our goals.
I typically heard your goals, some goals.
Yeah.
I saw the property, and I kind of want to double down on soils.
Okay.
What's the capacity? What are they? Are they loam, sand, gravel? What are some of the things the soil can tell us in this planning process that we're going through?
So we should make a video where we highlight some free or super dirt cheap methods for collecting that information.
We should.
So that we have more information about our resource base, so that we can make a plan going forward. What do you think? You want to do that next?
Yeah, let's do that.
Like, subscribe, and comment to this video if you guys want to follow that. Sorry, YouTube, whatever. It's like, I'm just using this as an excuse to hang out with Troy. So,
until
next time, we will see you out in the field.
Bye-bye.